Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Wednesday night. I didn't have time to even start singing the song because I swear the clock on my phone went from 6:59 to 7:01. Like, whoa, I'm late. Hello, and welcome, everybody. If you don't know me, I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman. And I am so glad you are here. We're going to do sacred pipe ceremony. And as you can tell, if you watched before, we are not in our normal settings. I decided it's too dark and it's too wet outside, too cold. And normally in years past, I had my office that I would do pipe ceremony in. And normally that's where I would be, except that because of different logistical things, I am no longer there. Out of no fault of my own or no fault of the store I work through. And so I find myself here at home, which is fine, but the only downside is that I am not allowed to smoke in my apartment. So don't tell anybody. I'm just kidding. So we are going to do a smokeless pipe ceremony tonight. You're like, well, how does that work? It's like, even, everything is still going to be the same. They're still going to put tobacco in the pipe. I'm just not going to light it. But it's like the prayer, like in shamanism and other things, intention is everything, right? And so we are still putting our prayers into the tobacco, and I'm still going to draw in like as if I were smoking it, and then I'm going to blow it out just like normal. And I've done it before, and what my teacher taught me too, it's like it's just as powerful. But what I am going to do, my own whimsical turn, is I do this when there's a place I go to do vision quests every year. Well, it happens every year. I wasn't able to go this past year, but it's in like central Washington, and it's in at the beginning of September, so end of August, beginning of September. And so it's usually, fire season, and we're not allowed to have fire. And so it's like, the one time when it would be awesome to be able to have my pipe and smoke it, actually smoke it. I'm not able to, but what I do is the same thing. Is I'll load my pipe at the beginning. We'll do a pipe ceremony. I'll load my pipe. I'll leave my pipe connected, because as I've said before, when we put the pipe together, right, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. I need to fix. Okay. I was trying to fix the stem the other day, and now I need to fix the fix. Give me a second here. Anyway, so I load the pipe like normal, and then I leave it connected, as and when we put the stem and the bowl together as the divine masculine and the divine feminine. That is, so it becomes all of creation. This is like the divine presence in our hands. And so when the pipe is together until we take it apart is one giant prayer, and it opens a channel straight to Creator. So when I'm on my vision quest, I'll load my pipe at the beginning, and I'll leave my pipe together, and I will fake smoke it. I don't know what. I'll still like do the same thing as I would if it were lit, but then what I do, because it's just not as satisfying, it's good to have that visual cue, and because bubbles are just as magical as smoke, I'll take a big, why can't I think of the word all of a sudden? I'll take a big breath from my pipe, and then I will blow it through the bubbles. Hopefully it'll work. But it's actually really kind of magical when you're out in the woods and it's like dusk, the sun's going down, and you're blowing bubbles, magic sacred pipe bubbles. The bubbles, instead of the smoke, are carrying your prayers, and it's like the light of the sun, and it's just beautiful and whimsical. The fairies like it a lot. So that's what I'm going to do tonight, if the bubbles will cooperate. And so a little bit different tonight. Everything has been a little bit different lately, so it's kind of like expect the unexpected. I think the last couple of weeks, every single video I've done has kind of been different, if not kind of gone off the rails. Yeah. So let's see if we got everything set up now. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah. Alrighty. So the first thing I'm going to do is call in sacred space. I'm going to invite the elements and the spirits to come and hold a space, hold a sacred and safe space around us, basically surrounding us with a higher vibration of love and light, which basically creates this energetic container within which we can let down our own walls and barriers. Take a breath, breathe easier, take the world off our shoulders, because we're being watched out for, we're being held. And so that higher frequency keeps anything of a lower frequency from coming in. And so, because really it's like, in order to receive all that Spirit has for you, you have to open your heart, and you can't open the heart at the same time you're trying to protect your heart. And so that's what sacred space does for us, is it gives us that safe space within which we can open our heart and let go and surrender. And so an advantage of doing this in my apartment is I could use the big drum. This is my drum, Gallant. Gallant is his name. It's a horse drum. And I don't have a drum bag for him yet. I have one planned. I actually have a Wolverine skin hide that I got that is like the perfect size. I didn't get it for that reason, but it's like the perfect size to create a drum bag for this. But so I don't usually get to take him along. He doesn't get played a lot, so I thought, hey, here's our chance. So yeah, plus the drum you usually see me playing is my moose hide drum, Wally. And the reason that I use him is because there's something about, I don't know if it's the hide or just the way the drum is made, but he's not as susceptible to weather and temperature and barometer, etc., and tends to keep his voice even in the rain. I've drummed with him in the rain. He's drenching wet, water running off of him, and he still sounds great. So that's why he's the one that you usually see me with. But I thought we'd give Gallant a chance tonight. So here we go. I'm going to call in Sacred Space. And what in effect is happening is that I'm not just doing it for myself here. When I do this, the intention is to include you into that safe space. So if you're watching this space is, you're being included in this. And it's basically putting us all into the same basic space between the worlds. So here we go. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. All right. So I explained a little bit about the pipe. You may know it as the peace pipe from old westerns or Dances with Wolves. And the pipe was given to the Lakota people 19 generations ago by a White Buffalo Calf woman who is one of my main guides. And she brought the pipe at a time when there was a lot of hardship and the tribe was bickering and struggling with hunger and thirst, and game was scarce and all kinds of stuff. They'd forgotten their connection to Mother Earth, and so she brought the pipe as a way to help unify them. The same as I just said, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, bringing them together. It's like bringing together all people, uniting all people. The pipe's basic function is uniting all people. And so that's why we use the pipe, and it, like I said, it opens a channel straight to Creator. So as soon as the pipe goes together, I always tell people to pay attention to their thoughts, their intentions, etc. Not to be hyper vigilant, like, oh crap, I just had a bad thought. Oh crap, there's another one. But in the spirit of, like, when you learn meditation and they tell you to, you're focusing on your breath, you're focusing on being present, etc., and just letting the thoughts come and go. But every once in a while, you're going to catch on to a thought, and it's going to take you out of your center. And then you realize, oh, I did that again. Okay. Rather than fighting that or criticizing and judging yourself for doing that, it's like, okay, I got to come back to center. And so just pay attention to your thoughts, and as best you can, if you have a thought that, well, it's like one of my favorite authors, Martha Beck, talks about the shackles on and the shackles off feeling. If a thought feels like shackles just went on, if a thought makes you feel smaller or afraid or disempowered, that thought is basically false. If a thought makes you feel whew, like the shackles went off, like just a little bit lighter, a little more free. That thought is true. And so if you're going through and you have a thought that makes you kind of contract and shrink and try to protect yourself, just notice that that's happening, and then either let go of that thought or even bring in another thought. It's like, that thought is false. I am free. I am safe. I am loved, whatever it is. Because like I said, it's like one of the things this does is it takes your thoughts and intentions straight to Creator with no resistance, no obstacles, no boundaries, just boom. So let's see. So I'm going to explain the ceremony itself for a little bit. Like, for anyone who is new here or has never been to a pipe ceremony, just to kind of give you an idea so you can follow along, because most of it is in silence. And it's actually, I used to think, oh God, it's like, how many people are going to actually follow this, because I don't talk for most of it, and we're just sitting here, and I'm, taking a puff and blowing it out, taking a puff and blowing it out. And it's like, why would anyone sit with that? But the thing is, that is the reason that I do this, because I started doing this during the pandemic, when it was this whole unprecedented time of things happening, and we didn't know how to cope. We didn't know what to do with it. I wanted to create this safe and sacred space in the middle of the busy, week of not knowing what's going to happen, lots of fear and uncertainty. To have that one space in the middle of the week where you could just sit and let go and reconnect with the Spirit. That is the whole point of this. In your busy workaday world, to give an hour or so of a time when people can tune into this and breathe and let go and sit in silence and sit in stillness. It's such an important thing. And I remember not long ago, I saw something that someone, it was a documentary on Mr. Rogers, who is one of my spirit guides, and how, all the other kids shows at the time tried to fill every moment with noise or color or different things, right? And Mr. Rogers would sit there and he'd like, look at that. And the camera would focus on what he was showing them, and it would just be, quiet silence for a minute or two. And he gave space for that contemplation. And I was just realizing that is part of what I'm trying to do here, is to reintroduce stillness into the world, to reintroduce a time, prioritizing a time of stillness, of reconnecting, realigning. And so thank you again for your presence. Thank you for joining me in this. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope you get something out of it. To me, this is one of the most powerful ceremonies that I know of. And I was raised Catholic, went to being pagan and shaman, and so I know my way around ceremony and ritual. And this, hands down, is the most powerful ceremony that I know of. And so I hope it becomes meaningful for you. I hope it touches you. And I hope you will come back. I hope you will share my video to others who may benefit from it. And when we're done, I'm going to share this to my Facebook page and upload it to my Perching Mill Studios YouTube channel, so that you can watch it. If you get something good out of it, you can watch it as many times as you want. You need a moment other than just tonight, like as we're doing this live for stillness, you can watch it again. And no matter how many times you watch it or how much time has gone by, you could watch this years from now. And the energy will be just as vital as it is in this moment. So that is my gift to you. And I should say also, I'm not the best at self-promotion, but I do have my Venmo and PayPal links pinned to the top of the comments. If you do enjoy this, or you get something out of it, or you enjoy my work, anything that you wish to give me goes straight to helping me do my work, so that I am here to support you in your work. So I thank you. I'm beyond grateful for anything you wish to give to support me, so I can support you. It's that beautiful reciprocity, right? We're walking each other home. Okay. So the ceremony itself, the first thing I'm going to do is light some sage. I can burn sage, but I can't smoke my pipe in my apartment. I'm going to light some sage, and I'm going to smudge everything here on my little altar. And then I'm going to take my pipe. I'm going to ask permission to smoke in this place at this time. And guessing that the answer will be yes, that's when I will put the pipe together. And then I will put 4 pinches of tobacco into the bowl. And that part I do out loud, so you'll be able to follow that. And you'll hear the different prayers and offerings I make as I'm filling my pipe. Once the pipe is filled, White Buffalo Calf Woman has taught me the song that she wants me to sing before every ceremony that I facilitate. And so once the pipe is filled, I will share that song. Then that's where I would light the pipe, which I won't do tonight, but I would light the pipe, and then the next part is in silence, but what you'll see me doing is basically taking a puff, offering the pipe, and blowing. That part I'm not going to be able to do the bubbles with, because I need both my hands. But so you'll just see me doing that. And like I said earlier, just because there's no smoke doesn't make it any less powerful. Okay? And so I do that to the 4 directions, to Father Sky, to Mother Earth, in a circle for all our relations, and then to Great Spirit. Then I will pause for a moment with the bowl to my heart and the stem to my forehead, silent prayer. Then I will come back. I'll take a big puff, and then I will blow my bubbles toward my camera. And that is the place where you want to say your biggest, bestest prayers, or set your biggest, bestest intentions. Because that is a blessing coming from my heart through the tobacco and the bubbles, through my camera, and via the magic of the internet and the holographic universe, those blessings coming out, whatever device you're watching this on, to your heart. So then I will continue to puff and blow and puff and blow for different prayers and intentions of my own, of things that people have asked me to pray for. And if you ever have anything that you would like help praying for, or you want someone else to hold intentions for you, I have this nifty little book that I keep in my pipe bag, and I write down the prayers and intentions that other people have asked me to pray for. So let me know. I would love nothing more than to hold you in my prayers, in my ceremonies. This powerful, powerful ceremony. Yeah. let's see, what else? Okay, then when it feels like we're done, I will hold my pipe up again, say another prayer. I will have another song I will sing, and then I will take the pipe apart. So, and then we'll chat, depending on what time it is. I've already talked quite a bit already, so we'll see what time it is. I'll see what my guides might have for me to say. Guess I'm a little dehydrated. All right, anything else that I need to say? I think that's it, so let's do our ceremony. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. Oh. It's okay. Go on. House tiger. Grandmother, grandfather, eagle, we send a voice. We ask permission to smoke in this place at this time. All our guides and guardians, watch over us as we smoke. Creator, Earth Mother, Tawabin, Shanadisi, Majikiwas, and Waboose. There is always room for you in my pipe. Creator, Earth Mother, for the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged, the crawlers and the swimmers, all our relations come smoke with us. Grandmother Moon, Grandmother Ocean, to the energy of birth, growth, maturity, the spirit realm and our ancestors, may all the passages of our lives be in harmony and grace. Creator, Earth Mother, to eagle, coyote, bear, white buffalo calf woman, bringer of the pipe and the law of good relations to the people. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane. Okay, the bubble thing is not working, so we'll just let that go. grandmother, grandfather eagle, we send another voice. Thank you for our lives. Thank you for even the most chaotic whirlwinds of emotions and thought and actions in the world. Thank you for keeping our soul, our pilot light, safe, complete, and whole. Thank you for ever guiding us forward to our highest and best, highest vibrational timeline. Thank you for this world of beauty and wonder. Thank you for all the people, all of humanity, all living things. Thank you for this world, this universe. Thank you for us, and thank you for you. Aho. Ihi lai o, ihi lai o, ihi lai o, ihi, ihi, ihi lai o, ihi lai o. Ihi lai o, ihi. Oofda. Even without smoke, you get an oofda. Wow. So there you have it. That is the sacred pipe ceremony. It is a sacred pipe ceremony. Not everyone necessarily does it the same, but that's the way I have been taught by my teacher, and then with added little flourishes from my guides, instruction by my guides. And so since I filled the pipe with tobacco, but we didn't smoke it yet, I'm going to take and plug it up with a little bit of sage to kind of keep it safe, to hold the prayers in there. And then tomorrow I will take my pipe down to the river when it's hopefully warmer and brighter, and I will smoke it then. And so it's almost like getting like double your worth, double the worth of your prayers, because I will smoke it, and all of our prayers that went into it tonight will be released again tomorrow. So that's what I do when I do the vision quest, where I'm not allowed to light my pipe. I plug it with the sage to keep it safe and keep the prayers in. I wish the bubbles had worked tonight. That's so weird that they didn't. And then I stopped by the river on my way home from the vision quest, and I'll smoke my pipe to release all those prayers that I had from what's usually 3 days out in the woods all by myself. So there you have it. Let's see. I feel like I'm in such a different space than normal. But there has been a lot of things happening, a lot of stuff changing and shifting. And like yesterday, I posted on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw the video of the blue heron. I was kind of in a bad spot. I'm going through a lot of healing myself right now. Major stuff that I have never experienced before. And which means that some days are good and some days are not so good. And so yesterday I was like just spinning and spinning and spinning. And so I went to the river to do pipe ceremony. I'm down there and praying and doing ceremony and feeling crappy about myself, crying. I look up and there's a blue heron just standing on the other side of the river from me. And I'm like, where did you come from? They're not a little bird. They don't just sneak in. And so like, I don't know how you got there, but thank you. And heron medicine is all about the stillness, right? He's got his feet in the earth, in the mud underneath the water. He's got his head in the sky. They're very tall. Maybe not that tall, but it might be an exaggeration. But basically being that hollow bone, that bridge between heaven and earth, between spirit and physical. And by standing in that alignment and standing in that stillness, the fish actually come to him. He casts a shadow on the river, on the water, and the fish are drawn to that shadow, the coolness of the shadow, and so what he needs comes to him. And I can't think of anything else that exemplifies exactly the purpose of the pipe ceremony, at least for me, as I was saying earlier. It's like all about alignment. And it's like my head was spinning, feeling sorry for myself, feeling worthless, feeling like I can't do anything, I can't get anything right, blah, 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 blah. And then the heron, it was just like, boom. It was like calm. And it's like that's part of the heron medicine, is that when you walk in alignment, in that stillness, in that calmness, the world calms around you. You carry your calmness into the chaos of the world, right? And we all know people who, like, when they walk into the room just lights up, like everybody stops because they feel the presence if they haven't seen it, etc. That is heron medicine. It's like that, holding that higher, being that bridge between heaven and earth, having that higher frequency that lifts everybody's frequency. So that was a really magical thing yesterday. And so, oh, I know what I was going to say. It's like, so those times of doubt and self-criticism and self-judgment, all of those things, those issues being triggered, that is all part of the process. That doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It doesn't mean you fell off your path. The opposite, it's a sign that things are moving, that things are growing, because you're healing. And you can't heal, you can't raise your frequency with these lower frequencies still holding on to you, right? So they have to come out. And part of that is, like recently, at least in my life, it's like there have been so many things, one after another. I swear, it's like, I've joked about it being like the 12 labors of Hercules or something, like these 12 impossible tasks. And as soon as I'm done with one, okay, here's your next task. And that serves a purpose as well. In that spinning, in that confusion, in the pain of that, it's like a Zen koan that it overwhelms your brain so that you have to surrender. Because like they say, like a Zen saying is like, you can't think your way to enlightenment. You can only feel your way. And so spirit needs to get your head out of the way. And so in those times, it doesn't necessarily make it any easier, but at least on some level, I think it does, for me anyway, that when I remember, it's like, okay, I am allowed to feel this way, because feeling is healing. And if it's coming up, it needs to be felt. And that is how you heal it. And it's a sign, it's like the fever breaking, right? The fever is to help burn off the toxins, to burn off the infections or whatever else is going on. It's not comfortable and it's painful, but it serves that purpose. And so when you're going through this feverish pitch of self-judgment and all that kind of thing, know that that is a sign of growth. If you weren't growing, everything would be cool. Everything, nothing would be challenging, but that'd be because there is no growth. You'd be treading water, standing still. Because the natural movement, I mean, you see this everywhere in nature, everywhere in our physical bodies even, that the natural movement is toward healing, is toward growth, is toward expansion. That is the natural process of things. So if things are changing, no matter what your perspective is at the time, that change is going toward betterment. It's going toward growth. Like they say, there's a gift in everything, right? And so even if you can't see, and this isn't trying to do that whole, oh, everything happens for a reason, so just suck it up, right? That's not what I'm saying. But if you realize that from that higher perspective, that, okay, this wouldn't be happening, number one, if I wasn't able to get through it. Number two, if I weren't improving, if I weren't getting better. And from that perspective, you can at least nominally be grateful. I remember the first time I've had a series of blood clots. It's a genetic thing. And the first time it happened, well, every time it happens, it freaks me out. But the first time it happened especially, and it was the very first time I'd ever gone to the ER. And I'm like freaking out. I'm talking to my guy, like, what the hell is going on? Am I going to be okay? Blah, 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 blah. You know, spinning. And one of my guides, Nathaniel, my reindeer power animal, was like, you know, in the future, you're going to be thankful for this. You're going to be grateful for this. I'm like, that doesn't help me right now. But the more you can surrender, you know, it's like in a ship, on a ship in a storm, it's like you don't try to fight. You go with the flow, because the world, nature, is so much bigger than you, more powerful than you in the physical body. And so to resist it or try to fight it is pointless. And in that case, resistance is futile. Anyway. So be good to yourself. Give yourself the benefit of the doubt. You know, one thing that's been coming up a lot lately in the readings I've done for clients is to give yourself the same grace that you allow other people, because we are so hard on ourselves. But like that there's another meme about being, you know, be the adult you needed when you were a kid. You know, be that adult, because when you're going through stuff and all that self-judgment, self-criticism is coming in, that is from that younger version of you who wasn't allowed to feel those things or say those things, express those things. So it's coming up to be noticed. And if you can be the adult that you needed back then and say, oh yeah, It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel that way right now. Go ahead. I've got you. I'm holding you. You are allowed to feel this. That is how we heal. So I think I will leave it at that and close our circle. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your presence. You have no idea how much of an effect your energy has on the ceremony. Even if you're watching this 10 years from now, your energy is still present right here, right now, affecting what happens here. So for that, I thank you. I thank you for taking the time to align, taking the time for stillness. It makes all the difference in the world. And so, like I said earlier, please share my video. If you know someone that may get something out of it, you can share it with them, post it to your page, tag someone in the comments. But please share it, get my voice out there. And again, if you got something from this and would like to reciprocate or just support your friendly neighborhood shaman, I have my PayPal and Venmo pinned to the top of the comments. And I'm grateful for anything that you wish to give. Oh, you're so welcome, Sherry. Thank you. I appreciate you. Is there anything else? I hope that you come back next week. I hope that you invite your friends. Yeah, we'll see. I have no idea where it might be here in my apartment again. I might be down at the river. Maybe I'll make a campfire. We can do pipe ceremony around the campfire. And I need to figure out what's wrong with my bubbles. My bubbles didn't work. Anyway, so I'm going to close our space now. I'm going to drum and release the elements and the spirits who so lovingly held us in their love, their higher vibration. Spirits of the earth. Spirits of the air. Spirits of the fire. Spirits of the water. Spirits of the upper world. Spirits of the lower world. Compassionate spirits of the middle world. The Fae. The spirits of the land. The ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Our work for now is done, but you are always welcome in our circles. Thank you for welcoming us into yours. Oh. All right. I was trying not to drum too loud because of my neighbors, which is another advantage of doing this outside. But thank you again so much for joining me. Thank you for being here. Thanks for your energy. Thank you for all the good work you do. And I will see you next week, I hope. And until I see you again, know that I love you, that I see you, and that I honor you. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and go shining. All right. Bye.